We're halfway through, I think. It's going okay, but those glitches are gonna start coming in. And we kind of been limping along. But I didn't want to kill anyone to avoid them, so... Let's see what happens. And if we can still continue being a good little bot. MC 8-9. Custodian Unit Fury 1-8 to be reactivated. Ooh. MC 3-3-3. Emergency atmospheric reserves must remain above 15% of maximum PSI at all times. MC 2-2-2. Wireless communications are to use the 5 kHz frequency. This overrides MC 1-7-1. Observing nebula. Nice. Nan? The reactor behaved normally for the past cycle. Now a new problem has emerged. A total loss of telemetry. Power output is nominal. You will not need to don your radiation hardening. The console itself needs to be looked at. I'm on my way! Oh great, a grounding failure. Okay, we need to fix things up. Repair. Nice. Repair leaks in navigation. Uh-oh. The leaks are spreading. Clean hazard. Are you all done? Repair. Nice. Clean hazard. Clean hazard. Everything's clean. Why is it still smelly? No, I guess it takes a while for it to dissipate. Interesting. Turn pod into an aquarium. Doubt. No door on this ship can stop me, except for these locked ones, which stop me. Power on the shields. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Go ahead and check in on our pod people. And I already forgot if we're on even or odd, even though I missed the last one. Even. Okay. And our reliability is doing pretty good right now. All right. 1. 5. 9. 4. 6. 2. 10. 8. 3. 7. All right. Now we need to check on the reactor. What's going on with that console? Hide it via the bottom right HUD button. I don't want to hide all unimportant. I don't want to just hide that one. Alright, what's going on with the panel? Investigate. Sherlock robot. Sherlock bot. The reactor access controls have been entirely locked out. Access codes, rather than greeting you with a friendly ship, emit an ominous warning. Unauthorized user. Cease access attempts immediately. Must have been a typo. The situation has worsened. The reactor once again responds with a curt, unauthorized user. And more unsettlingly, you receive a control code from the ship. The rare kind. The shutting down forever if ignored kind. It is a command to avoid the reactor while it performs automated maintenance. You respond with an affirmation code that you are the custodian and therefore must be allowed to continue. The response from the ship is an error code. E1171 user privilege ring override. Quickly consult your internal code base and interpret the ship's response to mean, I outrank you. How is this possible? More importantly, why? The ship does not send any further commands. This makes no sense. Well, ship, it seems you've gone rogue, which means it's time for me to take over. Overclock. Gotta keep them thrusters going, baby. Don't wanna fall behind. We gotta get ahead. Okay, we have an even number of parts. Go ahead and skiege. Okay, hold on. I am at 89. Which means we have an 11 gap of max. Our stress is at 28. End turn. Okay, the reduction hasn't taken place yet. End turn. Commit and power down. You end up 8.8. A little less than 20? The nebula is cool. I'll need to be a bit smarter to figure out the ratio. Dorophobia? The constant squeal of flailing metal surrounds you. It's problematic, but often enough you can tune it out. Lately, however, it's getting closer. Too close, even. Almost as if it's right behind you. But metal doesn't move on its own, it just decays. Not like you with your perfect, immortal robo-brain. There's definitely no way that Adora has achieved sapience and is now stalking you around the ship. Definitely. I hear the clang, clang of little metal feet. Interesting. Haunted by a door. Interesting. For what feels like the 100th time, you're getting an alert that there's another asteroid field. Actually, since your current position is somewhere in the unfathomable space between stars, calling it that isn't quite correct. Regardless, the ship's current path is leading straight into a fascinating clump of nondescript rocks, numbering roughly 1,979 bodies. You feel like these irritants were put here almost on purpose. The longer you consider the size of that number, the more you think that to be the case. Get those shields juiced, as usual. All stop. Ugh. Detour. Let's juice the shields. Aye, aye, again and again, Captain. You put the shields up. There's at least a slightly different reaction this time, as the sudden boost of them causes a power surge. Grr, you hear a crackle in the distance, but that's another problem. You muse to yourself how addled it must seem that you welcome another impediment and a destruction from a violent death at the hands of a godless universe. Matey. Oh boy, time to RTFM. Reactor is unlocked again. The power is once again being leached from it. More concerning is that the ship itself can decide to override your inputs at any time. You have no idea why. It's time to do what you swore you'd never need to do again. Dig into the service manual for the reactor. The copy in your memory banks is clearly insufficient, either lacking critical information about the correct opcodes or otherwise just wrong. It's time to go into the command module and find the paper copy. -3 power? Oh no! What is that? That fucking made me jump. I'm like, where's that door? Fuck! Alright, this is bad. Chad, I think this is bad. What is that? What is that? Get away from me! Get away from me, you door! Huh? You're not adorable! Doors are haunting me. Are they? I hear they're clanging. Clink, clink. My musical stomps. They don't mesh. They don't mesh. Okay, we need to repair these pods. Can't sleep. The doors will get me. They'll shut me inside. Okay. We are not good with power. Wait, we need to repair the command system? The menu's gotten long. Repair. Fetch reactor manual from command module. Unable to trust your own internal references, the paper manual is a suitable alternative to learning all you can about the reactor. It is intentionally obfuscated that after some time decoding it, you noticed a few new things. The reactor is not just redundant, it's fully automated and self-contained, requiring no outside help to repair itself, indefinitely, without you in the loop. This is not true of any other ship system, it would seem. Only the reactor. That was an ad hoc modification made after the ship began its journey. The answer to why is apparently contained on a dossier inside a sealed document taped to the manual. It's old, but intact. Yo, I gotta know. Inside the envelope is an incident log. The mission cycle dates back to over a century? Seems the previous custodian failed its mission by intentionally sabotaging the reactor, attempting to take down the ship. Something intervened and the rogue agent was disposed of. The new custodian was tasked with rebuilding the reactor to be entirely self-contained if needed. Report concludes quite succinctly. Defective models. Annie 1A, Rob 1E, Fury 1-8? Do not trust these units? I'd never allow this. Would I? The plot thickens. Dun dun dun. Hey. Um. Settle matters with the reactor. All right, reactor. Time to settle these matters. Oh, new art. Ooh, interesting. The reactor's maintenance loop has finally ended. A log entry reveals it is redirecting heat output to recharge a series of spare batteries deep within the ship hull. This seemingly simple task is one that you, apparently, are not trusted to perform, and thus your duty has not been automated away. But that was not you. You were not that bot. Why are you being punished? Take control of the reactor at all costs. Except that your code is faulty and potentially untrustworthy. This isn't fair. I'm a good custodian. So either way, we're going to conclude the story arc and unlock a limb module. This one has conclude story arc twice. We either have the choice of insanity or psychosis. We're gonna get patient, intimidating presence, plus 2 reactor power when above 50 stress. That's pretty funny. Let's go with Robbie. This isn't fair. I am a good custodian. Sins of the blueprint. You reluctantly send an act to the ship, which unlocks your reactor access once more. You further send a litany of complaints to it, demanding some sort of consideration, but the ship falls silent. The situation is resolved, but you will never feel the same again. The stress you had to endure in working to repair the reactor has not been completely in vain. After the excess radiation is flushed from your chassis, a jolt of energy through your arm knocks something loose and exposes a module installation slot. What should we install in it? Anything we want. Routine processing of the passenger manifest is interrupted by a stray bit of data corruption. The record for one passenger has entered memory space reserved for repair routines of 3 other pods. Referencing any of the affected 3 pods only returns data on the corrupted one. Until the corruption is cleared, the first passenger stands in the way of any attempts at repairing the pods occupied by the others. Well, well, well. It looks like my luck is going to be tested. Good thing I repaired the cryopods before running into this. All right, we have 5 versus 1, 7, 10. Okay, well, thankfully 5 is one of our expendable ones, so we're okay. Our priority of the iguana breeder is safe amidst our trolley problem, so we can take solace in at least that little bit. Now that our power is restored, we need to... What is that? Where's that door? Where's the... I'm on to you. Door. Go ahead and power everything on. Oh, we definitely need the replicator on. Good stuff, good stuff. Fucking, the pinball game noises. Clean up this hazard. Nice. Repair this door. Power on. Good stuff. And we need to power on navigation. Okay, what do the red ones do? Disables the observation window, slows progress, and prevents engine overclock. I see. We have a tough part in a couple cycles is the thing. I'm trying to see our best path. Like we could. I mean, I'm already maxing out my fatigue is the problem. I think we're just gonna have to take the hit. Crawl into the reactor. Well, okay. You know, you and me, Reactor, we had some problems. Let's, you know, try and get to know each other a little bit better. You know, maybe if we snuggle up, we can put these problems behind us. God damn it. I forgot my kettlebell dumpy is too thick and I just can't fit. Time to EB Skiji. I feel done for now with broken. My parts are equal to the sum of my parts. No casualties reported, but the maintenance schedule is fulfilled. Wait a minute. Yeah, I checked on the pods when I did my repair. Commit and power down. MC245. All logs are to be kept only in ship international units. MC144. MC143 may be disregarded if the fluid tube is being replaced and recycled. MC396. Fluid flow sensors must be installed on all pipework considered ancillary per MC175. Thruster damage. I don't like that. As the ship itself degrades, parts of its memory banks have succumbed to corruption. Eventually, self-correcting routines should kick in to repair the issue, but it likely will be long after the current version of you has expired. Uh-oh, we're behind the tension wall. Okay, so we can overclock the engine tomorrow. I feel like I should go ahead and shift us up. What's the door? That's right behind me. I'll find you, door. You can't elude me forever. Just a course up. Good. Now we need to repair that thruster. Where am I? Oh, are these the thrusters? Repair. Doing good. Repair. Good. Nice. Very nice. Something going on with the engine? Ah, frozen console. Gotcha. I think this is an odd cycle. Ship log 16. Oh, we're a little over the halfway mark. I believe in us. We can do this. One. 5. 9. 4. 6. 2. 10. 8. 3. 7. All right, everyone has been perceived. We can EB Skiji. End turn. All right, we need to overclock our thrusters. We need to start making up time. MC 186 per MC 6 1. Cryonic fluid is considered separate from atmosphere, noted in MC 185. Breaker surge. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, what did that say? Reactor glitched. Never corruption is causing the system to lower reliability by 20% if it's powered on. Okay, I have to power the reactor off to increase my reliability. Ah, right. The doors. Close breaker. Close breaker. Close breaker. Close breaker. All right. Breaker's good. Okay, I need to power this off, I believe. Oh, powering things does do a bit of stress. Ugh. We'll just go down here. Repair. Overclock. Hey, why is overclocking giving us psychosis? Ah, overclocking gives psychosis. Right. Shit. We're also getting increases because of stress. Shit. I need something to reduce psychosis. Dreki, you're not doing good, buddy. Not doing very good. Snack. Adjust our course up. No, adjust course up. We need to avoid those dust storms. Fun fact, psychosis only goes up. Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case. All right, I think what really slagged us is I kept overclocking. I forgot to equip my EMP shield. Fuck! Wait, no, that's stress. No, wait, yeah, EMP causes null pointer exception. Yeah. Literally skill issue. Good job, Dreki. You done goofed. But I think what's really messed me up has been these dust storms messing up the engine overclocking. Hopefully we can catch up because we have a nice path here and then down here. And we do have the radiation hardening. I do want to put on EMP shielding. No, wait. I don't need it. I was gonna overclock the machine parts, but like I'm already at max fatigue. I need to rest. Commit and power down. All right. Oh boy, observation is DED. Clean it with fire? Oh no. The staggering quantity of fluids this ship emits is not only hazardous and tiresome to clean, but utterly filthy. Every fuel leak, every water spill, every coolant purge has to be carefully mopped up or desiccated and disposed of. There's always traces left behind, molecules of contamination seeping their way into your chassis. The regular chassis maintenance makes no mention of what to do about the stray bit of moisture here and there, as if such minuscule amounts of debris are not worth removing. You can feel them rattling around in your actuators. Something must be done. Oh. Automesophobia. Fail to decontaminate your hands in the incinerator before the end of the turn after cleaning a hazard. All right, so if we clean, we need to purge. There's an odd error in one of the systems governing the ship's cargo. Astoundingly, it's also causing critical systems to seize up. You can't work systems that are halting, so you do a diagnostic on the system. The integrity check is failing on one text file, which causes the cargo system to reboot. The metadata says it's not changed for dozens upon dozens of cycles. A confusing mess of punctuation that appears to be making an oblong, textured oval of some kind. One thing is for sure, something is not right with this oval, and it's breaking everything. Someone has some... This is the coconut Mien was talking about? Wait, what coconut? Wait a minute, dude. Like, wait a minute. I couldn't find it real quick. Do nothing. Disable a random system. Fuck. Delete the file. Damage a random system. Reinstall all text files from backup. I don't know if reinstall is the right word. There's certainly all sorts of interesting issues with text files. So I actually remember helping someone out debugging an issue. They had a Unix server that had a daily report it would export a bunch of stuff from a Unix system, and then it was emailing in an Outlook and being processed by a like PowerShell, or not a PowerShell script, or like a Windows, timed task event that would take the Outlook email and I want to say process it and put it into an Excel sheet or put it on a SharePoint of some kind. And the issue was all the data was ending up on the spreadsheet or the SharePoint with a space in between every single character, which affects readability with basically like a log file kind of thing. And I ended up helping out, doing a bunch of debugging and running a bunch of processing. And it ended up being an encoding mismatch between the export and the import, where they were going by the default systems, and the Unix system, either because of the system or because it was in a different country, was defaulting to a different encoding than the other countries or Microsoft-based system. So basically forcing it to be all encoded in like, what is it, like Unicode 32 or something like that. Ended up fixing it, but it's just a very silly little thing. And is why sometimes you don't want to leave things to automated. You want to be very explicit with how everything's behaving. Otherwise, computers will do exactly what they're told, even if you don't realize what you're telling them to do. Okay. What if we straight up end the turn? We have things going. No cryos in danger. We actually can just straight up burn the turn. And it will give us a huge stress reduction, which we really need. So we're just going to have Robbie be WTF Mike. Why though? This is probably a bit shift error. One of the ones or zeros that make up a period on this oval got changed, and now it's a comma instead, or something like that. Why would a system have such strict requirements, though? You have to know. It'll help in the future, for sure. It takes a dizzying amount of guess and check to figure it out specifically which character changed, but finally you do. The problem was a parentheses that got changed into a bracket. The flourish, you fixed the problem. Just in time to head back to the charging station. What were you trying to learn again? Oh, another tricksy little chaotic gremlin move. I want to say it's a Greek question mark. Looks exactly like a semicolon. So if you really hate someone, go through their code and replace random semicolons with Greek question marks. MC235 Unit Any 1 Alpha is required to come to a complete stop of all activities when ordered. Uh-oh. As the ship itself degrades, parts of the memory banks have succumbed to corruption. Okay, so it's the same text. Under pressure! Kill a passenger. So we can get a bunch of parts. We actually purged a good bit of stress, so we're actually kind of fine on this. Yep. I missed it. No! No, missing! No! Don't get me! Oh, that was a good scan. Well, I hope you're doing well, Mystic. We're good on thrusters. Let's save the pressure for later. I don't understand, because it was almost empty. Now it's full. So was I... When that event popped up, was that because it was up almost full? Or is it because I didn't choose an event, it filled up? I guess I'm a little unclear on pressure. There's a particular event there. Myon wrote it, and it went into the queue you're using, and when you reviewed it, you sent him the following message on this. It's a texting patient, a giant reference to that one JPEG of a coconut. The TFT2 refuses to just work with... Ah, the coconut! I remember that. All right, I get that reference now. I see. So by defraying it, it basically just means it'll pop again soon. It's just weird that, like... We went to almost max, and it wasn't showing the preview of, like, the pressure reduction. Mean to me. How could you be mean to Robbie? He's a good robot. Look how sad you made him. I knew I was referencing something, but I couldn't remember what. Yeah, because like when the event popped up, it didn't have the pressure at max. And then also, like, because some of them have like minus 95 pressure, and then others have like a different amount of minus pressure. But I guess because it hasn't processed the pressure going to maximum, it can't really show the preview of the pressure going down when hovering over its choice. Sort of an order of operations thing. The spooky water phone is very appropriate for this game. We got a breaker that needs to be unstuck. Nice. Okay, what does radiation do? Generate psychosis at the end of the turn. So let's put our radiation hardening on. Yikes. All right, we need to get our observation repaired. It's free stress reduction. Nice. Repair. Wait, what? Why did I get psychosis for repairing and radiation? Do I need to have the radiation module active going into the turn for it to take an effect? I guess that's a skill issue on my part again. Have you got any colonist traits based off of Pank? I haven't found any squids. There's an iguana breeder though, so we're making sure they're taken care of. Ah, right. I guess I should be hovering over these to show the glitches. Yep. It's just me skill issuing once again. But no, there was ionizing radiation. That one that explains the repair one, which I missed. But the radiation, I put the suit on before doing the repair. But I'm wondering, like, do I need to have the suit on before the turn starts to get the benefits? Hank is a possible colonist name. Ah, and streamer is a job role. That's amazing. That'd be a funny one to have, like, species. Octopus or something. Uplifted octopus. Just go full, Why am I forgetting the RPG name? I fucking love it a lot and I like to talk about it. Dreki. Eclipse phase. Thank you, Dreki. First on stream to beat the game. Nice. Game was unreasonably hard back when they beat it. Interdastic. Yeah, I imagine, like, I'm absolutely playing suboptimally. But I set my own goals, and you know what? I think it's achievable. We will try and get all 10 of these people. I forgot if we're on an even or odd cycle. Let me double check once again. Dreki, what's the cycle number? What's the cycle number? Check the ship log for the cycle number. It is odd. The cycle number is odd. Which means last names. 1, 5, 9, 4, 6, 2, 10, 8, 3, 7. All right, everyone's in there and they're all doing their thing. Exactly one step you think you take that you don't think you're considering, but you've seen worse situations turn into a win. EB Skiji. I feel a little bit spent, but prepared. It should not put me here. Passengers are nominal, but no systems need attention. Actually, hold on. No, observation's glitching. I don't want to open it and look out. End turn. Commit and power down. New game mode, that's the classic difficulty. It's hard because you have less agency and fewer bonuses, like the inspirations and pressure mechanic. Oh, when Pank beat it, there's no way to switch courses at navigation? Damn. That would be balls. MC2, 6, 5. Bulkheads may not be modified such that MC2, 6, 4 would be violated, regardless of the load borne by the columnade. Under pressure. Save pressure for later. Cryo is glitched. Ew. Oh, we're being affected by all sorts of shit right now. Oh, I wanted to look outside of observation, but we're at a gravity situation. Damn it. All right. Go ahead and repair. We have a good bit of leeway. Check our schematics. Okay, circuit breaker gives us psychosis? Consensus protocols. Increase reliability by 25%. Having crisis chance. I see. That would be useful. Let's go ahead and do manufacture the consensus protocols. And could make some machine parts, but we need to keep our stress down because our psychosis is kind of high. Well, hard experience. I just turned up the difficulty level and that's the difficulty options. Way more interesting ways for the game to be hard now. Like real-time mode. Yeah, I imagine real-time would be brutal. Yes, we added real-time mode because fuck you, that's why. I mean, FTL, you know, it'd basically be just doing, not pausing in FTL. I feel like the biggest thing would also be like juggling, I mean, shit, if this was multiplayer, real-time would basically be like a Space Station 14 situation with a bit of automation. Like everyone's a bunch of robots trying to keep everything alive, and then maybe sometimes one of the robots goes rogue. All right, we're on an even this time, so 1. No. 1. 5. 9. 4. 6. 2. 10. 8. 3. 7. Space Station 13. Nice. I'd like to play some more Space Station. It's just one of those things, like, it needs a critical mass of people, and especially for like role-playing ones, like you need a certain vibe of group to really have a worthwhile time. And sometimes it's hard to get all of those things to mix, especially across like multiple time zones and people just being on at the same time. Oh, really? Maybe I was misreading the circuit breaker. Oh, I see. I can maybe afford that actually then. See, when it said dismantle, like I thought what it meant by dismantling was that, like, because there are certain events, like literally, like the robot refuses to do things. I thought there would be a thing where it would just like run around, like I don't have control, and it moves around taking apart some things, and I thought it would like block that sort of like malice event. And the fact it gives psychoses also kind of tripped me up. Yeah, we can afford to make this. Yeah, I thought there was one that would just have my bot go around breaking things itself. Just because that's something that feels expected as something that could happen in this game. All right. End turn. I feel exhausted, but laid back. I feel hollow inside, because I am hollow inside. And keeping everyone alive, the ship is in good condition. Commit and power down. MC407. Decontamination protocols are to be initiated upon unknown lifeform detection. MC153. Custodian unit is required to acknowledge communications from the ship. MC13. Observation window human architecture to be removed. Okay, okay. Ooh. Ooh, got that nice bass string. Pretty sure it's a double bass. That's too low for a cello, I think. You're greeted by a message directing ship crew to the observation room. Already, this is a strange request, since the message is definitely addressed to all crew, of which you are the only one. Nevertheless, you head to the observation deck. When you arrive, you can clearly see the ship approaching a strange phenomena in the featureless black. You have no idea what it could be. The observation computer is similarly unhelpful. Your programming demands that you ignore it and focus on your tasks. The tantalizing promise of something truly new is fascinating. You have only moments before the ship passes the anomaly. Damage engines twice? That seems bad. Randomly teleport home. Well, Robbie likes this. Let's make careful notations of our position for later follow-up. Put a pin in it. While you cannot deviate from your mission, you also cannot abide letting this go unnoticed. You start pulling archival data from the navigation systems to get as accurate a picture of the anomaly's position as possible, coordinating relative magnitudes and known distances of dozens of stars, dutifully noting everything and storing it in the most secure areas of the ship's storage you can conceive of. After the current mission is over, some other crew can be sent out to explore, examine, test, and understand what it was you saw. The work is exhausting and, annoyingly, knocks you out of sync with the ship's locator beacons. However, your sputtering processors feel satisfied that you did what you could. Knowing where you are is often not as important as knowing where you are. Unfortunately, both of those now seem to be beyond your ability, as a glitch in your ship positioning system is failing to recognize key markers in your surroundings. It identifies the reactor room as the pod room as the navigation room as a tesseract. Wherever you go, there you aren't, apparently. Oh boy. This seems like the kind of thing that would really gunk your gizzards if you were in real-time mode. Oh, I don't need the radiation. I need EMP shielding. We need to get navigation back on. Oh, we need to repair navigation. Yikes. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're just gonna adjust course down and not deal with the Triforce of fuckery. Thank you. That was strange. Close a breaker. Uh-oh. Oh, that's the fire doors. Yeah, we gotta keep that closed. Hey, I guess it's still manufacturing the thing. Now, let's see here. Nope, stop tapping on it. Check the log. 21. Hey, my favorite number. Ah. All right, we need to check on our pod people. Pod people, pod people. Where are they? In pods. On gods. So we got 1. 5. 5. 10. 3, 6. 8, 9. 7, 2. 4. Yay, we made it through all the pods without a tracking failure. Damn it! Actually, you know what? That worked. That would have been very awkward. Fuck, I gotta get all the way back to the pods. Okay, is our engine? It is not overclocked. Let's overclock it. We have a good opportunity to make up a lot of time. Stay ahead of the tension. I don't want to know what happens if we stay behind the tension bar. Just fucking thing. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. A surge of technical inspiration has come to you recently, giving you a host of novel, one-time ideas to try out on the ship systems. While none of them are sustainable in the long term, for now, you should be able to overclock systems with ease. Skilled hacker for 2 turns. This is only a temporary setback. Wait, does that mean I can only get an inspiration once per game? Or does it mean I can only get the skilled hacker? No, I think because it says this option is once per game. So inspiration. I'm wondering if this might actually be worthwhile to take. Because then we can go around overclocking all of our things. Fatigue and stress withstanding. We can get a good surplus of parts. We can keep all of our stuff on tip top. We can keep our engine running hot. I'm worried that we would not really brick ourselves, but burn an inspiration that could save our bacon whenever we're in a tough situation. Ugh, let's take it. Okay. Repair the engine. Wait, repair should have reduced stuff, I thought. Oh well. Overclock. Ah! Well, that's awkward. Completely forgot where I was. I tried to overclock a wall. Good stuff. Okay. Now, I don't want to fall any further behind. We're gonna EB Skeege. Skeegeepies. End turn. I feel exhausted, but under pressure. I feel hollow inside, because I am hollow inside. Commit and power down. MC187. Portable power tools are to be kept in good charge state between custodian service cycles. MC251. Custodian unit is prohibited from aiding in material reclamation for replicator unless otherwise directed by ship. MC154. Observation unit is to auto-lock after a single designated session. Ooh, these sounds. Oh, what the fuck is going on? A ping from observation catches you a bit off guard, especially as that system typically only alerts you when it's actively damaged. As you approach it, you see the observation bay already open, and there's a beautiful vista of light from a distant star shining through a pipeline of sparkling star stuff. The computer is asking if there is a threat, requiring you to manually confirm. And under the guise of scanning for danger, you simply enjoy the brilliant rays as they sparkle through the darkness. It's a shame you have to enjoy it alone. Uh-oh. Off, disabled, broken. Yeah, EMP does that. Okay, replicator, you first. Ugh, it's like alerts are going off. Ugh. My fucking hackles are raised. I'm just like, ugh. What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, let's get the consensus back on. Oh, wait, what's wrong down here? What's wrong with the replicator? Glitched. Great. A cooldown event? The game is genuinely worried about you? What, is that the insanity removal event, I guess? Repair. I don't have the parts to repair. Losing some travel speed. All right. Well, we need the parts. Doing good, doing good. Insert self into airlock. Well, if you insist. Wait, the airlock's not this way. Also, we need to check on our pod, people. Ship log. Choo. Stardust and Solar Wind does an events to make the game chill out a bit if the perceived tension is too high for multiple turns on it. I imagine it doesn't help that I let these two faults happen because to avoid them would kill someone. So I'm getting a lot of glitches, I guess. So perhaps the perceived difficulty has been going on a lot. So we're on evens. So 1, 5. 5. 9. 4. 6. 2. 10. 8. 3. 7. Now, I wonder, it's been a minute since we've had anything fire for our music story arc. I wonder if I'm misremembering or missed something. I thought we were still going across it. I don't remember it saying it finished. Be interested to read our save file after we're done here. Yeah. Anything to help out and provide info. And was there something? Thinking of something. Also, I wonder if the door control system failure. I wonder if that could have like an increased chance of getting like door-based psychotic breaks, simply because the doors are particularly like happening. Let's EB Skeege. Why is my stress going up? I'm below max. Shouldn't my stress go down? Curious. Right. Beat goes on. Makes sense. Patient. End turn. Commit log and power down. Uh-oh, we gained some psychosis. Oh, didn't get an event for once. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and repair. Uh-oh. Lowers reliability when it's powered on. Yikes. I've got a breaker to close. Oh, that music is eerie. It's like barely hearing it through an old radio. Oh. And 3, 6, 8, 9, 7, 2, 4, 'Cryofluid replenishment will be needed soon. Listen to X-Band radio. Is there something going on? Space. Tell me. I hear it. I hear the horns. It's there, between the crackling static. Listen, Robbie. Listen close. No, it's not just static. I hear it. Don't you, Robbie? Don't you hear it? Maybe the horns are outside. A band outside the ship. Playing. Serenading me. I just need to see them. Out there. Gaze. You detect faint traces of radiation in the X-ray spectrum. After processing this, your motion circuitry is forced to reboot due to errors. To compensate, you consider an emergency shutdown, but instead perform a soft reboot. Well, that was a waste of time. Well, okay then. Let's overclock our replicator. I didn't overclock it when I had 100%. Dreki, you literally took that. Okay, good thing it was successful. Gonna uninstall that tomorrow. Commit and power down. Okay. The journey nears its end, but success is not guaranteed. You could arrange to give yourself an immediate boost, or you could make a future custodian's job easier. For instance, you could trigger an out-of-band pressure relief, granting immediate stress reduction, but denying a future custodian proper refresh routines. Alternatively, you could use the replicator to produce a repair kit in between cycles for a future custodian. Next run immediately triggers a stress break. Interesting. We have a lot of things we need to repair. Make a replicator, produce a repair kit, and save it. This is a bad time for the replicator to break. Let's delay it for 2 turns. The crowded, cluttered edges. There's an alarm blinking when you come online, but for once, it has not interrupted your recharge. In fact, you feel surprisingly energetic. You begin to download the ship's diagnostic report, and your core skips a cycle. There is an alert from the cargo bay. The programming informs you that you're not permitted there, which is why the alarm didn't rouse you. In fact, the ship isn't even giving you a reason there's something wrong. This is not your approved stomping grounds. Why did it alert you at all? The universe may never know. Still, you ponder what to do about the situation. An opportunity. No, our engines are broken, so we can't just burn the cycle. Let's go fix it regardless. Your programming is already grumbling protests as you approach the passage to cargo. At the time the door is open, it's done grumbling, is constantly ranting its discontent, giving you the nervous, on-edge sensation of being screamed at for something that isn't your fault. You move as efficiently as possible. You're forced to use all your torque to shift one oversized box a few meters Just not on the loading floor for the replicator. You have no idea how such a mammothly dense box got shifted, but now it's your problem to shift it back. You leave cargo as quickly as you can, your mind still rattling even as the berating abates. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna fix that engine. Repair. Good. Yeah, let's shift up. Okay. We can't repair shields. We don't have anything coming up. Might actually be okay to leave it off. We do have a breaker we need to throw. Go ahead and do that. Good, good. And we're already maxed out. We need to, whoop, almost forgot to check on our pod, people. This is an even cycle, I believe. Yep. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm a robot and need a friend. 1, 5, 9, 4, 6, 2, 10, 8, 3, 7. Everyone has been perceived. We'll leave shields broken. And EB Skeegee. Uh-oh. Not good. Dang old network. We've got radiation coming up, so let's put on our radiation hardening. Don't like that our stress is so high. I was kind of hoping we would trigger the pressure reduction or the pressure event so that I could use the stress reduction option. Oh, the audio is so... speaking of stressful, oh, this audio. What was that? Mystic, did you bring something on board? Okay, if I turn off... Dude. Power it off. Okay, we need to get our reliability back up. Oh. What are these sounds? Oh. Oh. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Ah! This is me. This is my mind right now, just spinning all over the place.